Oh, hey, I'm just organizing my jazz collection by release month and wind instrument. I'll be right with you. Hi, I'm Tom Hillman. Welcome to the Sad Bastard Club. Coming at you from the MakeOut Room deep in the heart of San Francisco's Mission District. Sad Bastard Club is a singer-songwriter night that I hosted here live for 11 years. Now it's a web series. Really glad you could join us. Our sad bastards tonight are Ainsley Wagoner and Bob Hillman. Can't wait to see what they have in store for us. So without further ado, let's get down to business, all right?
There's a place that we could go. It's in the neighborhood. Treat me just like family there. Treat me pretty good. Yeah, I can put my fingers on anything I need. Got an ache down deep inside. It's like a hungry little mouth I gotta feed. Black mollies, pink hearts, and white crosses. I've been winning all the cut decks and all the coin tosses. I got a pocket full of quarters and a razor in my shoe. There's a phone booth on the corner. That's where I'll be going to. Black mollies, pink hearts, white crosses. What about old what's his name? You know who I mean. He used to wear his pants real tight. He used to run this scene. And I cleaned my place up nice. I even washed the floors. You see anything you like, don't hesitate, it's yours. Black mollies, pink hearts, and white crosses. I've been winning all the cut decks and all the coin tosses. Yeah, after all the times I showed you, baby, you still got it wrong. Why you got to drop that needle in the middle of the song? Black mollies, pink hearts, white crosses. How come you can't look at me the way I look at you? Baby, you're the living end. Just tell me what I have to do to make you hold my hand real tight. I won't feel so alone when that sun comes beating down. Everyone's gone home. Black mollies, pink hearts, and white crosses. I'm packing up all of my things, cutting my losses. Well, who's that knocking at my door? I got nothing left to give. You keep coming back for more black mileage, pink hearts, white crosses.
Bluish yellow flickering at night. Incandescent breathing space partially illuminates the restlessness and hunger in your face. Maria, Maria, Maria. Later on I watch you slip in and out of consciousness, murmuring in obvious distress, undergoing privately the usual anxiety. The movement of your lips bewitches me. Maria, Maria, Maria. Buried under, bundled up in blankets, eyes shut tight against an old familiar ache. Fear that you will have to face the future fully awake. But the future has been written, we receive it on our morning walk, serious and colorful in chalk. Words and pictures brought to you by cheerful sidewalk artists who have never seen or even heard of blue. Maria, Maria, Maria. I won't call today a celebration. I don't have a plan to make a plan to understand. You will have to fight through every night in fantasy land. Barely awake and unable to make heads or tails of ambiguous sky. The street lights are on, but it's way after dawn, and I struggle to understand why. There's an eclipse or an apocalypse. Anyway, the daylight is gone, and it's getting darker, darker, darker as the day goes on. The city at night is polluted by light. We are unused to seeing the stars. Obviously, I did not think that we would wake up on the surface of Mars. Colonists choke on the ashes and smoke, an alien phenomenon. It's getting darker, darker. darker, darker as the day goes on. We must be the combustible zone, chemical energy, sepia tone. Everything is unknown, unknown. I spend the days in a literal haze with my morbidly skeptical friends, most of whom think we are nearly extinct and approaching our fiery end. Once while I drank from an oxygen tank, a coyote played on my lawn. It's getting darker, darker, darker as the day goes on. Darker, darker, darker as the day goes on.
Well, all right, Bob, thanks so much for coming down and doing this. What was the last show you played before everything went on ice?
I did a little tour of Nebraska. I played in a small town in Nebraska. I played in Lincoln. We went down to Kansas City for a couple of gigs. A very humble little tour, the likes of which I haven't done since 2001, 2002. So it was actually pretty fun, but it wasn't glorious.
The two are not mutually exclusive.
The gig before
Yeah.
that, though, I played at McCabe's with Peter Case, a place where I had taken guitar lessons as a teenager.
Yeah.
So in terms of meaningful gigs before the pandemic, that fits the bill better.
What's the biggest thing that you canceled?
The worst thing that was canceled was Little League season. My squad was looking pretty good. Going into the early spring games, we had a setback in the first game of the season, but I saw how it was going to come together. And before we even had a chance to deliver on our promise, it was all taken away from us.
What a drag. So,
11 and 12-year-olds that I was coaching, they really love Little League.
yeah.
And the San Francisco Little League has this great field on Treasure Island, and none of it. The All-Star season, we missed the All-Star season, which is incredibly fun and intense. And we're not going to have that many more years. My son's going to age out of it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what a drag, man. Have your listening/media consumption habits changed at all?
I listened to about the same amount of music. Started riding a bike around town, like over on the Great Highway and in the park and into the headlands. And so I listened to music and especially podcasts on those rides. But it's pretty similar to what I was doing before. I have watched more TV.
Have you recorded anything, or did you have something recorded?
I have two projects coming out this year. The COVID EP, 5 songs. I wrote the songs in April, and then I recorded them, in May and June. It's a quieter one. I've often been kind of in the folk scene, but my music's never sounded folk. But this one is quiet. Every track has this great nylon string guitar. The other project, though, that I have is the opposite. The concept is noise folk. And it's me and a guitar player named Jerry Leonard, who also performs under the name Spooky Ghost. We've been working on it for years. My older son was in 5th grade when I got the first rough mix, and he's now in 8th grade.
Well,
I heard an interview with Joe Henry the other day, and he was talking about moving to Maine and recording remotely as well. And I think of him as like the king of the spontaneous moment. Everything you hear about him is like, we got to get the guys together in the studio and find the moment, get the right take. And even he's doing it. So I feel like there's an opportunity here for recording.
Have you booked anything for 2021? Any performances or anything?
I haven't even thought about it. Yeah, like performing on the road is not my top priority at this time.
Sure. Okay, well, Bob, thanks very much for coming down and doing this, and I hope to see you around campus, as they say.
Thank you.
All right, man.
and listened to love. A white candle mood and no plans. Who would do the one and only favor, one and only? Move like news of someone you once cared for. Die in the distance down. I've worked all the hours and paid what I owe. There's oceans of voices and tigers below. I've spoken enough and listened to love. A white candle mood and no plans. Few walk through the unadventured, wayward, undiscovered. Could it be that this is where I'm staying, waiting for no more days? I've worked all the hours and paid what I owe. There's oceans of voices and tigers below. I've spoken enough and listened to love. A white candle mood and no plans. A white candle mood and no plans. A white candle mood and no plans.
All right, Ainsley, thanks so much for coming down and doing this. What was the last show you played before everything went on ice?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I'm psyched to be here.
Of course.
So the last show I played was, I think, March 3rd at El Rio. It was a Silverware show, and it was the night of the California Democratic primaries. So as we were playing the show, the results started coming in, and so there were a lot of people who were disappointed.
Sure. What was the biggest thing that you canceled, or the most disappointing thing that you had to cancel?
Yeah, so I'm in another group called Palomas. We had been practicing so hard. We were going to play the Tree Fort Music Festival in Boise, and we were just practicing really hard, and we had gotten like press photos taken, and we kept coming to rehearsal and saying, like, because South by Southwest had been canceled, but Tree Fort hadn't announced it yet. So we were like, I guess I guess it's still on, and so we weren't obviously able to play that. It was canceled.
What a drag. How have your listening or media consumption habits changed since everything got locked down?
I no longer commute to work. I work from home, so I would listen to music a lot on my bike, riding my bike to work, and I would listen to new songs. I would listen to my favorite albums. I would listen to a lot of podcasts. And now I'm home, I try to keep it a lot quieter. Working from home is so weird because I feel like I'm always working. I just don't listen to as much music. But when I do, it's things that I really love. And so I will put on more records than I used to.
Sure.
That's a silver lining.
Have you recorded anything?
I started working on a batch of songs for Silverware, and I started that recording in January. So Silverware has a batch of songs that are getting mastered now and will come out later this year. And then Palomas, we had plans, like basically record the set that we had prepared for Tree Fort.
Yeah.
Like 7 songs, but then for various reasons we condensed that into one single. And then we did another single, and then now we're gearing up to do another one, because once we found a recording situation that felt safe, we were like, oh, this is one way we can be productive.
And have you gotten anything booked for 2021?
Tree Fort was rescheduled for a year from now.
There you go.
So we're invited, and that's our next gig in Palomas.
Okay. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I know, man.
That Ainsley, thanks so much for coming down and doing this. It's
Thank you, Tom.
Wonderful of you to do it. So hopefully I'll see you around in real life sometime.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Tom.
What if God hates losers like me? Well, look at what you made me do. And if God hates losers like me, my troubles will never be through. And it's cool, dark and quiet, I like it just fine. They don't know what we're hiding from. Yeah, I got some money, yeah, I got the time to blot out that thing I've become. What if God hates losers like me? Well, look at what you made me do. And if God hates losers like me, my troubles will never be through. And the words should come easy, simple as pie, like a song you might sing to a child. And I just can't sail, risk losing again. So I guess I'm gonna be here a while. What if God hates losers like me? Well, look at what you made me do.
Well, that's the Sad Bastard Club for tonight. I want to thank our guests, Ainsley Wagoner and Bob Hillman, for coming down here and doing their thing so beautifully. I want to thank my co-conspirator, Justin Fromm, for taking all of this and making it into something that we can watch and listen to. I want to thank the MakeOut Room. And most of all, I want to thank you. Let's be kind to each other out there. And I'll see you next time.